Hey guys, welcome back. It's Miss New here. Mrs. New, I'm back with the fairy house project. And today we're going to talk about adding the door, the windows, and some of the details to your little fairy house or gnome house or garden house. So I want to go back to my example one here and just show you a couple things that I did on mine. So I went ahead and made sort of a rounded door. It kind of reminds me of like Lord of the Rings, like Bilbo Baggins or whatever. I made some little windows, which I actually carved out with these little shutters. And then I added a lot of sculptural elements. So like the little mushrooms, the grass, some botanical things, and some other things. And you can see I'm not even quite done. I'm gonna go all the way around with some more things. But I wanted to mainly show you how I did the little door today and how I did some of the little botanicals. So that's what I'm gonna show you. Okay, so the door, I chose to do kind of a rounded door on mine. Okay, so you could decide. I've got this extra piece here that I used from my roof. So I could decide maybe my door is gonna be, you know, kind of a, I don't know what you call this, kind of a tombstone kind of shape like this. So what I would suggest for this project is just like try different stuff, okay? But I really want you to think about like the texture and adding lots of different textures and lots of details to this little house. The more things that you add and put in, the better they're gonna turn out. So let me show you how I did the rounded door. So what I actually did is I cut out a circle with the circle cookie cutters, okay? And then what I did is I just cut one side of it straight with the needle tool. Okay, so that would be sort of the tombstone shape if you like that. But this is how I did the little round door. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, I really like that. Okay, so windows. What I did is I kind of just sketched them on there and then I made the little shutters. Okay, so I'm gonna reuse my tombstone shape here and just show you how you could do the little shutters. So what I did, let's say you're gonna go do something like this, okay? And I want you to pretend that if you had real shutters, right, you would be able to like close them like this. So you could pop something out like this, but what I did is I kind of like made them open like that. And again, I would be doing this straight up and down, but I know my demo is coming from sort of above. But you can see how you can kind of, you almost have to kind of fold them like they were real, you know, little doors that we're gonna close or something, and kind of mess around with making the little shutters. And then you could figure out, you know, maybe drawing on the little window or something like this. Maybe you're gonna do a window with like, you know, like a traditional little cross in the center or something like that. So that could be really cute. And whatever you put on here, you guys, you really are gonna have to slip and score it really, really well. So if I'm gonna put this on as my door, I'm gonna get back in here with my serrated rib and my slip, and I really gotta scratch this up. And especially because you might be doing some of this decorating on day 2 or maybe even day 3. My little gnome house, I've been working on it for about 3 class periods, because I'm really getting intricate with all the little details. I want it to be so inviting for a little fairy to come live in my house. Do you believe in fairies? I don't know, you guys. I kind of do. I feel like little garden fairies can come hang out in your garden when you're asleep. I don't know. All right, so now I've got that door on there. So I really want to like press it on there. I want that slip, oop, I lost my little window, but that's okay. I want my slip to really mush out the sides, and then I'm gonna go around everything with a wet paintbrush. Really do some smoothing and blending and make sure things are not gonna fall off, okay? You could decide to put a little doorknob on there. For my doorknob, I did like a little leaf shape. So let's talk about some of the botanicals too. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside for now. I have quite a few sprigs. So if you don't know what the sprigs are, they are little molds that my students have just made with different things from nature. So look around, go outside, bring in some things, and all these are fired pieces of clay, and we can use them. This one has a nice little leaf right there, and we can use them on our project, especially this one where we're thinking about it being sort of a garden house. So what I'm gonna do is take a little clay, I'm gonna push it in, And I really want to pop out like a lot of things around my fairy house. So if I just grab the edge, so notice I had some on the edge, so I was able to grab it and pull it out of the mold. I feel like sometimes students forget that part. You got to like leave a little bit of extra to pull it back out. But look how pretty that is. And that's just from something that we found in nature and made the little sprig. So I could slip and score that on there so things are popping out and I have that relief. Here's sort of a pine, you know, like a pine shape. You could even sculpt some stuff. You could sculpt little pine cones. You could sculpt little ladybugs or little flowers. But these sprigs are kind of a quick and easy way, right? I've got a little handle here. Look at that, how pretty. So they're a quick and easy way to like add some interest to the bottom and around your little fairy house. And again, you can think about what's your theme for yours. Maybe yours is more of a spring theme or a fall theme. Anything I add, again, lots of slip and score and blending that all on there. Okay, and let me show you one other technique here, and that would be for making grass. So these are the little garlic presses, and you got to make sure they're kind of cleaned out. You can kind of knock the dry clay off or scrub them with a little scrubby brush before you use them. But what you're going to do is get like a ball of clay, and you're just going to push it in there and push it through. It's a garlic press. Oh my, got a little dry. Uh-oh, mine's not working. I had some dry clay in there. I just used it, but man, it dried fast. Let me see if I can just get it to go. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. Okay, so you can see it's kind of like the Play-Doh Fun Factory when you were little. My suggestion on this is when you get it out, take a needle tool, kind of push it together so that you have it sort of pressed together in a clump. Whoops, don't lose your clump. There you go, something like that. Kind of push it together at the bottom. And then if I was gonna add this to my fairy house, what I would wanna do is put a bunch of slip underneath here, okay? And maybe do some scoring as well. So let's say I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna score this up. I'm gonna put a bunch of slip underneath it so that it all kind of mushes out and that will stay on there, okay? These little pieces, sometimes they break off, so kind of push it on there, all right? I know I have kind of a lot of slip right here. I don't know if I need that much. And then get that wet paintbrush and just kind of go around everything. I don't wanna lose the texture because I want it to look like grass that's coming up. But I also don't want these to break off, okay? So that would be how to approach the little grass and the garlic press. Okay, so let's look back at mine. And again, not to say that mine's like the best ever, but here's what I've got so far. But look at the little details. Like I carved in sort of a wood texture on the little shutters. I've got the little leaf. I've got my little mushrooms, of course. And again, I'm not even done. I'm gonna keep working on the back. So think about what you want to do for your fairy house. And then really quickly, I can show you my roof as well. So let's look at that. So on the roof, same kind of thing. I put this sprig, I have this little sprig that's the butterfly, and I put that there and to sort of balance out visually my chimney. So my chimney was just an extra little slab. I put a bunch of slip, and then I just kind of put these little balls of clay on here to make it look like it was made out of like stones or rocks, right? Because I have sort of a brick texture mat on this one. I really flared out and made my, edge of my cone really have some movement there, and I really like the way that that's turning out. So, fairy house, garden house, have fun with this one, you guys. Really get creative. Put different things on there, see what you think, add things, take things away, carve things, draw things in. Another great tool for this would be the little metal stamps. I even have some little metal stamps that are leaves, and for instance, this one I think is like a little ladybug, or it's a little flower. So these could be really fun to like push in some texture. So let's go ahead and add some roses to the top of my little grass that I did. That's super cute. I love that. So pushing in texture, adding things, really adding a lot of detail to these little fairy houses. Have fun with it, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.